I'm locked into the university, beta brace at 3 a.m. Searching for a cure or a way to condemn the way you laugh still echoes in the silence, building holes while I'm hitting every limit and climbing all the walls. I've got 15 tabs open, but none of them show how to unlearn a person you spent years getting to know. Researching how to forget every detail of your face, citing sources on how to leave this empty space. I'm looking for a formula, a thesis, or a sign that I can rewrite the history of when you were mine. The data says it takes time, but the data feels like the lie when I'm researching how to forget, and all I do is cry. I'm reading care-reviewed journals on the chemistry of grief, looking for a paragraph that offers some relief. I've highlighted the abstracts, I checked the bibliography, but there's no scholarly article on you and me. I'm a master of the search bar, but a failure at the heart. Is there a keyword I missed, a search term I skipped, a secret manuscript, or a handwritten script? Because the more that I look for a way to erase, the more I find footnotes of your beautiful face. Clicking close, I wonder, shutting down the screen, feeling like a ghost in a machine. The library clock says it's time to move on, but I'll still researching how to forget, even though you're gone. Yeah, you're already gone. I'm the third heart down, and I'm out of time. Another steep mountain that I couldn't climb. They say 3 is the magic, the charm and the key, but it's just a third cage for a bird like me. I'm looking at the scoreboard through a haze of neon blue, checking all the math on what I thought I had in you. The first one was a fumble, a lesson in the dark. The second was a heavy blow that left a jagged mark. But you were the end zone, the one I finally reached, the beautiful forever that the poets always preach. Now I'm face down in the dirt, the whistle's blown for good. I did everything for us that a dying lover should. Now it's third heart down and I'm out of time. Another steep mountain that I couldn't climb. They say 3 is the magic, the charm and the key, but it's just a third cage for a bird like me. 1 for the hope, 2 for the pride, 3 for the part of me that's empty inside. The game is over, the lights are fading out. I'm just another story of a third heart down. I'm getting tired of the training, but getting back on track of carrying three different ghosts. Upon my aching back I got three sets of memories, three different I'm sorries too, but none of them hurt quite as much as losing you. I gave you the one main and sparked the last bit of the fire. Now I'm just a casualty of a third lost desire. Is it a habit or a curse? Is it written in the sand that I'm only ever meant to hold a disappearing hand? 1, 2, 3 and the tally is complete, the record of a man who's mastered his defeat. I've run out of plays, I've run out of try. I'm just watching the stadium lights say goodbye. There's no more overtime, no more second chance, just a lonely rhythm of the third time dance. It's just a third cage for a bird like me. 1 for the hope, 2 for the pride, 3 for the part of me that's empty inside. Every game is over, the lights are fading out. I'm just another story of a bird heart down, walking off the field with my head in my hands. Nobody's left in the empty stands. 3 times the loser, 3 times the fall. I guess 3 was the end of it all. Third heart down, walking off the field, walking off the field with my hand. Nobody's left in the empty stands. 3 times the loser, 3 times the fall. I guess 3 was the end of it all. Third heart down. Third heart down. They say the world is built on 3: the sun, the moon, the open sea. I thought the magic lived in the count, but I'm just staring at a hollow amount. The first was a wildfire, a beautiful mess. The second, a slow burn of quiet distress. But you were the anchor, the one meant to stay. Now I'm watching the third one just drift away. They call it a rule, like it's set in the stone, that the third time around you won't be alone. But the patterns are bleeding, the colors are gray, and the charm everyone promises withered away. I'm 3 times a fool, 3 times the cost, counting the pieces of everything lost in the rule of 3s. I'm just broken in 3, and there's no more heart left inside of me. I'm getting good at the walk away dance, at giving away my very last chance. I save my best secrets, my deepest of whys, just to see them reflected in 3 sets of eyes. Is it a habit or just a curse? Every forever gets short and worse. 1 was a lesson I had to be taught, 2 was a battle I shouldn't have fought. But 3 was the one where I finally believed that I wasn't destined to just be deceived. counting. I'm done with the threes. Just leave what is left of me in pieces, broken in three. We never had an anniversary date, just study sessions that always ran late. No slightest update, no digital trace, but I know every curve and line in your face. I'm wanting a ghost that the world didn't see, the almost that's currently killing me. I can't even cry when they mention your name, 'cause I never had a title to claim. You were my everything in the dark of the night, but just a friend when we hit polite. How do I heal from the aches I never officially had? Why does losing of nothing feel this bad? We were a secret whispered in the hall, built a whole world with no foundation at all. I'm breathing a breakup that technically didn't exist, drowning in the memory of the lips I never officially kissed. I see you at the cafe with your actual her, and the lies of my reality start to blur. She gets the hand holding, she gets the post, while I'm in the corner playing the ghost. I have no right to be jealous, no right to be hurt, but I'm still wearing your owned university shirt. There's no delete button for a file never saved, no flowers to lay on an invisible grave. I'm the only witness to the fire we started, the only one left here feeling broken hearted. How do I heal from the ex I never officially had? Why does losing and nothing feel this bad? We were a secret whispered in the hall, built a whole world with no foundation at all. I'll breathe in a breakup that technically didn't exist, drowning in the memory of the lips I never officially kissed. No labels to grow, just a heart left into a beautiful lie that I thought was true. My favorite mistake, the odds I never had, God, losing nothing never felt so sad. No, 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 no labels to break, just a heart left into. No labels, no labels, no labels, no labels. never had no labels, no, no, no. Never had no labels, no, 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 no. We never had no labels to break. We never had no labels to know. We never had it. Oh, we never, never. We never We never had, we never had it. No, 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 we never had answers. We never had it, we never We never had an end of our story too. We never We never I thought I learned the rhythm of the fall, how to brace my soul against the wall. One was a lesson, two was a scar, three was the wish on the dying star. I paved the road with everything I had, thinking maybe this time won't be bad. But the lightning strikes the same place every time. The mountain's just too steep for me to climb. I'm a master of the goodbye, a ghost in the hall, building up the tower just to watch it all fall. They say the third time's a charm, but it's just more harm. I'm still reaching out with an empty arm. No, the third time still isn't the charm. No, the third time still isn't the charm. I've got three different ghosts in my head, three different I love yous left unsaid. The first one broke the skin, the second hit the bone, but this one left me here truly alone. I'm running out of ink to write these tragedies. I'm running time still isn't the charm. I'm starting to recognize the shadow on the wall, the way the air gets heavy just before the fall. The first one was a lesson, a wild and sudden sting. The second was a winter that killed the hope of spring. But I thought you were the healer, the one to break the chain. Instead, you're just the latest architect of pain. Now there's a third ghost walking through my hall, another name I whisper to the silence of the wall. I thought the charm was coming, I thought the luck was due, but now I'm just a haunted house full of memories of you. One for the sorrow, two for the grief, and a third ghost to prove that love is just a thief. To hang these heavy frames, a gallery of faces and a litany of names. The third time was the limit, the end of the line. I gave you every piece of what was left of mine. I didn't see it coming, I didn't know the ghost was already waiting for the one I love the most. Is there a curse on the way that I feel, or is my heart just a target made of steel? 3 times I opened, 3 times I bled. Now I'm just sleeping in a crowded bed of every promise that we ever made, watching the colors of forever start to fade. And a third ghost to prove that love is just a thief. The first one still lingers, the second one cries, and the third one just looks at me with your eyes. No more try agains, no more me and you. I'm done with the trinity, with being black and blue. Just me and my 3 ghosts. I'm starting to recognize the second one cries, and the third one just looks at me with your eyes. No more try again, The cap is on the dresser, the gown is in the trash. 4 years of our fire turned into cold grey ash. I walked across the stage today, I heard them call my name. But without you in the front row, it didn't feel the same. Everyone is cheering, throwing flowers in the air, while I'm looking at the empty space where you were supposed to stare. I learned about the stars, learned about the laws, but no one taught me how to live with all these broken flaws. I got a degree in heartache, a minor in the blues. I spent my tuition just to learn how much I lose. I'm a graduate of silence, a master of the pain, standing in the sunlight, feeling only rain. Yeah, the paper says I'm ready, that I made it through the mess, but I'm just a valedictorian of loneliness. We planned the after party, we picked out every song. Now I'm sitting in my driveway wondering where it all went wrong. The photos on my phone are like a curriculum of us now. They're just digital shadows turning it into dust. I passed the finals, baby, I made the honors list, but I traded for the one October night that we first kissed. Throw the tassels to the left, say goodbye to every hall. Watch the shadows of our youth start to crumble and fall. I'm overqualified for missing you. I've done the work, I've paid the dues. I've got a degree in heartache, a minor in the blues. I spent my tuition just to learn how much I lose. I'm a graduate of silence, a master of the pain, standing in the sunlight, feeling only rain. Yeah, the paper says I'm ready, that I made it through the mess, but I'm just a valedictorian of loneliness. Class is over, the lights are out. I'm the smartest guy in the room who still hasn't figured you out. Just a diploma. Just a diploma. I thought the price was paid in full back then, after the first goodbye and then never again. The second one took what the first one missed. A little less light in the way we kissed, but I saved a small corner, a quiet holy place, thinking the third time I'd find a saving grace. But the debt is due and the sky is turning black, and I got nothing left for you to take back. It's a triple toll, the heavy cost of 3, the final lock turning on the ghost of me. 1 for the spirit, 2 for the mind, but the third one took what was left to find. They say the charm is lucky, they say the stars align, but I'm just paying for a love that isn't mine. Yeah, the triple toll is breaking me tonight. I'm a seasoned traveler of this lonely road. I know how to carry the weight of the load, but the wheels are coming off on this third turn. There's not enough wood for another bridge to burn. I've memorized the silence, I've mastered the ache, but 3 is the number where the foundations break. I gave you the harvest, I gave you the seed. Now I'm just the hunger and the desperate need. Is my heart a graveyard or a revolving door? I can't tell the difference in the wreckage anymore. Is there a tax on the hope that I try to keep? Because the interest is high and the valley is deep. Counting the losses like a rosary of pain, praying for the sun while I'm drowning in the rain. It's the triple toll, the heavy cost of 3. The final arc turning on the ghost of me. 1 for the spirit, 2 for the mind, but the third one took what was left to find. They say the charm is lucky, they say the stars align, but I'm just paying for a love that isn't mine. Yeah, the triple toll is breaking me tonight. Ring the bell once for the way it used to be. Ring it twice for the boy you didn't see, and ring it a 3rd time for the vacancy. Paid in full, the triple toll. I'm finally empty, body and soul. Body and soul. The professor's talking stochastic past and random minds. But I'm just staring at the space where your sunlight used to shine. I still arrived 10 minutes early just to claim your favorite spot. Then I realized I'm guarding air for a love that time forgot. My pen is hovering mid-air, but I've lost the will to write. It's the empty desk beside me that's shouting out your name. In a hall of 300 people, nothing feels the same. I'm taking notes on silence, and I'm majoring in gone. Trying to find a rhythm to keep moving blindly on. The lecture's moving forward, but I'm frozen in the aisle. Just an empty chair where I used to see your smile. I see your handwriting in the margins of my borrowed book. I'm terrified of how long or forever actually took. Every shared elective feels like a sentence I must serve. I'm crashing on the straightaways and dying on the curve. I still look left to whisper, but there's no one there to hear. Is it weird I leave my bag there so no one else can sit? Like if I keep the space for you, you'll come back and fill it. But the attendant, she sheet is passed around and your name isn't there. Just a cold hard plastic of a lonely yellow chair. The bell rings like a funeral for the plans we used to make. And I'm the only one who's staying for the lingering. Pack my bag up slowly, walk out into the rain, and leave the empty desk to hold the weight of all my pain. Yellow ink on a white page, but I can't see the lines. Just the way you looked at me 1,000 different times. I'm sitting in the student union, drowning in the noise, trying to find the girl I was before I lost my poise. I try to mark the theories, the facts and the law, but all I see are the cracks in us, the only things I saw. Now I'm just highlighting the hurt in neon shades of blue, writing in the scars left behind by you. Every paragraph I read is a chapter we outgrew. I'm staining every memory with a glow that's bittersweet, between the textbook margins and the empty campus street. It's a neon map of everything we burn, just a broken heart, highlighting the hurt. The fluorescent buzz above me is the only song I know, since you walked across the quad and told me you had to go. I'm circling the dates on the calendar on the wall, waiting for a miss you or a late night dorm room call. But the cap is off the marker and the ink is running dry. If I color in the darkness, will it turn it into light? Or am I just making it easier to see my pain at night? I'm a straight A student in the school of letting go, but I'm failing every lesson that I'm supposed to know. My fingers are stained yellow, my heart is stained gray. I'm just trying to survive another university day. Close the book, turn the lamp off, leave the stains behind. But you're the only sentence that I've underlined. Yeah, I'm just hiding the I'm hitting the books, but the ink is starting to blur. Every definition leads me back to the way we were. I've got your old syllabus tucked inside my folder, and the air in this study hall is getting 10 degrees colder. I'm highlighting the memories instead of the text, just a broken-hearted student wondering what's next. 'Cause I'm studying your ghost in the middle of the night, under the flicker of a dying library light. I'm memorizing shadows where your silhouette should be, trying to solve the math of how you gave up on me. I've mastered the art of the long distance stare at a heavy wooden table in an empty wooden chair. went to a coffee cart and ordered for two. Then I had to tell the barista I didn't mean you. I'm failing my classes, but I'm acing the pain. Walking through the quad in the freezing November rain. Your name is the only word that I still know how to spell. Is there a scholarship for sorrow? A degree in being blue? Because I'm a doctoral candidate in the science of losing you. I've read every chapter of the why you had to leave, and I'm wearing my diploma on my tear-stained sleeve. Close the heavy cover, turn the final page. I'm just a lonely actor on a university stage. The library is closing and the janitor is near, but I'm still studying your ghost, and I'm still stuck here. The automatic doors, it's like a long tide sigh as I try to find a corner where I don't have to lie. The barista knows my order, but she doesn't know my name. Oh, that since you left this campus, nothing feels the same. I'm staring at the cracks in the foam of my cup, too afraid to look around, too hollow to look up. It's just caffeine and crying in a cardboard sleeve, trying to find a reason not to pack my bags and leave. The espresso's bitter, but it's sweeter than the truth that I'm losing all my magic in the middle of my youth. One hand is shaking from the sugar and the cold, while I'm holding on to the stories that will never get to fold. Yeah, it's caffeine and crying till the sun goes down. I saw your bike outside, or maybe just one like it. My heart did a sprint, but I had to strike it from the record of a day that I'm barely getting through, between a triple shot of coffee and a double shot of you. I'm doodling your initials on a napkin made of lace, just to see if I can still map the lines upon your face. They say the jitters will pass and the tears will eventually dry, but they've never seen a soul say a permanent goodbye in a fluorescent graveyard where the beans are always burnt, and the hardest lesson is the one I haven't learned. The bell above the door rings for someone new, but I'm still sitting here brewing over you. My cup is empty and the steam is long since gone, just caffeine and crying while the world moves on. Yeah, I'm just moving on without you. I'm locked into the university, beta brace at 3 a.m. Searching for a cure or a way to condemn the way you laugh still echoes in the science building halls, while I'm hitting every limit and climbing all the walls. I've got 15 tabs open, but none of them show how to unlearn a person you spent years getting to know. Researching how to forget every detail of your face, citing sources on how to leave this empty space. I'm looking for a formula, a thesis, or a sign that I can rewrite the history of when you were mine. The data says it takes time, but the data feels like the lie when I'm researching how to forget, and all I do is cry. I'm reading peer-reviewed journals on the chemistry of grief, looking for a paragraph that offers some relief. I've highlighted the abstracts, I checked the bibliography, but there's no scholarly article on you and me. I'm a master of the search bar, but a failure at the heart. Is there a keyword I missed, a search term I skipped, a secret manuscript or a handwritten script? Because the more that I look for a way to erase, the more I find footnotes of your beautiful face. Clicking close, I wonder, shutting down the screen, feeling like a ghost in a machine. The library clock says it's time to move on, but I'll still researching how to forget, even though you're gone. Yeah, you're already gone. I traded the quad for these skyscraper views, different zip code but the same shade of blue. I thought if I moved I could outrun the ghost of the college town girl that I miss the most. But the subway's an echo of the campus line train, and the skyline just spells out your name in the rain. I'm thousands of miles from that old door, but I'm still the same boy that you don't love no more. It's a new city, baby, but it's the same old ghost, haunting the places where I need you the most. I see your eyes in the headlights of every cab light. I hear you laugh in the noise of the city tonight. changed my address, I changed every scene. still the only thing my eyes have seen. The coffee is bitter, the pace is too fast. I'm trying to build what I know won't last. In a room full of strangers, I'm looking for you. In a bar on Fifth Avenue, wondering what you do. I got a new job and a new set of keys, but I'm still praying for you on my knees. You can change the map, you can flip the page, but a heart in love is a portable cage. I'm walking these streets like a stranger in flight, but I'm just a shadow in the neon light. It's a new city, baby, but it's the same old clothes. Haunting the places where I need you the most. I see your eyes in the headlights of every cab light. I hear you laugh in the noise of the streets tonight. I changed my address, I changed every scene, but you're still the only thing my eyes have seen. New lights, same dark, new streets, same spark. I thought I'd be free, I thought I'd be through, but I just brought the ghost of you. Yeah, it's just the ghost of you. The professor is talking about classical trends while I'm analyzing how our story ends. I sent a simple, hey, are you okay? 10 minutes in and the blue turns to gray. The lecture hall is cold, the lighting is dim. I'm stuck in a row, sinking under the rim. Everyone's typing, taking digital notes, while I'm watching our history lose all its votes. You're active online, I see the green light, but you won't touch the silence we started tonight. The three dots appeared, then they faded away, leaving me nothing to say. I'm left on read during lecture, lost in a spiral of cold conjecture. The auditorium's full, but I'm here all alone, waiting for mercy from a glowing phone. Is it over? Is it busy? Is it just a game? I'm failing the subject of your very name. Left on read while the world moves on. Class isn't over, but I'm already gone. Slides keep on clicking, arithmetic, and while my self-worth is slowly, quietly thinning, I check the timestamp like it's a grade, watching the hope I had start to fade. Do you know that it hurts? Do you even care? Or am I just a notification you chose not to wear? I'm surrounded by strangers in stadium seats, feeling the rhythm of our final heartbeats. Maybe the signal is bad in your dorm, maybe you're weathering your own kind of storm, but red is a weapon when you know it does. It kills the is and it buries the was. I'm left on read during lecture, lost in a spiral of cool conjecture. The auditorium's full, but I'm here all alone, waiting for mercy from a glowing phone. Is it over? Is it busy? Is it just a game? I'm failing the subject of doors close, everyone leaves except the ghost of the text. And the red at 10:42 still just red. Still just I still have the campus map folded in my drawer, but I don't know where I'm going anymore. We memorized the shortcuts to the library glass, ignoring every warning that the time would pass. Now the lecture hall is quiet and the lecture notes are blurred. I'm searching for the us in every single word. The semester ends, the leases expire. We built a home on a wire. I thought we were the foundation, the brick and the stone, but I'm graduating into the unknown. I was just a temporary resident in your heart, a 4-year lease that's falling apart. We shared a twin bed and a life on loan. Now I'm packing up a ghost of a home. The tassels turned, the lights went dim. I'm a stranger to the skin I was in, just a temporary resident, just a passing phase, lost in the commencement haze. Your student ID is sitting by the sink. It's funny how we're pushed right to the brink, from coffee runs at midnight to crying on the floor, to nice to meet you by the exit door. The city's getting bigger, the world is getting cold, and I'm holding on to stories that'll never be told. No more late night diners, no more see you at 10. I'll never be 19 with you again. You weren't a major, you weren't a degree, but you're the only thing I learned about me. I was just a temporary resident in your heart, a 4-year lease that's falling apart. We shared a twin bed and a life on loan. Now I'm packing up a ghost of a home. The tassels turned, the lights went dim. I'm a stranger to the skin I was in, just a temporary resident, just a passing phase, lost in the commencement haze. Turn the key, leave the room empty. I was just a temporary resident, and now the security deposit is gone. Just like you, would you like me to suggest a musical arrangement, or help you write a melody for the chorus? Ask anything. Ask anything. I see a backpack strapped from a mile away, the same shade of blue that probably my days. I used to reach out and brush your sleeve, before you found a reason to leave. Now the art's building corridor feels 10 hours long, and I'm humming the ghost of our favorite song. The floor tiles are cold, the fluorescent lights come, waiting for the moment I know is gonna come. 2 minutes between philosophy and wrath. I'm bracing myself for our crossing path. I practice my okay face in the library mirror, but as you get closer, the ending gets clear. No, we're just pressing in the hallway like you never met. Two unfamiliar faces with a mountain of regret. You're looking like your shoes, I'm staring at the wall, ignoring the gravity of the greatest fall. From midnight study sessions to a stranger's drive, with all these unspoken words trapped inside. Just a glance and a miss, a ghost of a kiss. Was I really ever part of your list? You're laughing with someone I don't even know, in the social circles where I used to go. But you tell them the jokes that you only told me, or am I just a bird out of memory? The crowd is the ocean, it pulls us apart, but the current is heavy on a broken heart. I smell your perfume as you brush past my arm, and it triggers a silent internal alarm. Should I say hey, should I just keep walking? I'm tired of the silence that's louder than talking. We're synchronized O's in a scheduled routine, living in the could-have-beens I've fallen between. Now where's this passing in the hallway like we never met? Two unfamiliar faces with a mountain of regret. You're looking at your shoes, I'm staring at the wall, ignoring the gravity of the greatest fall. From midnight study sessions to a stranger's drive, with all these unspoken words trapped inside. Just a glance and a miss, a ghost of a kiss. Was I really ever part of your list? The doors swing shut, the door ends out. I'm just a shadow in your shadow of doubt. See you tomorrow, same time, same place. System all the stranger with your face. Passing, just passing. I'm looking at these palms, they're calloused and they're worn from holding on to pieces that were always being torn. The first time I was grasping at a ghost of teenage pride. The second I was clinging to a promise as it died. But you were the heavy gold, the one I swore I'd keep, the weight that made me feel alive before the fall was steep. Now my fingers are just shaking, reaching out for air, while the ghost of what we could have been is all that's standing there. I've got heavy hands and an empty heart, watching the third forever fall apart. They say the third time is a charm, but it's a heavy iron stone, pulling me down to the bottom all alone. One was for the lesson, two was for the fear, but three is the weight of every wasted year. I'm tired of the hold and I'm falling apart, with these heavy hands and an empty heart. Is there a way to carry love without it turning the lid? Without these threefold echoes screaming inside of my head. I've got 3 different sweaters that I'm folding in the dark, 3 different ways of failing to protect a dying spark. I gave you all the strength, I had the marrow in the bone. Now I'm just a monument to a love I've never known. The skin is getting thinner, I thought I was a builder twice. I thought I was a thief, but 3 times makes me a prisoner to a trinity of grief. The palms are open now, but they're too tired to close. That's just the way the third act goes. I got heavy hands and an empty heart, watching the third forever fall apart. They say the third time is a charm, but it's a heavy iron stone pulling me down to the bottom all alone. 1 was for the lesson, 2 was for the fear, but 3 is the weight of every wasted year. I'm tired of the hold and I'm falling apart with these heavy hands and an empty heart. My arms are so tired, my chest is so hollow. There's no more tomorrow for me to follow. The first one slipped, the second one flew, but the third one was you. Heavy hands, empty heart. 1, 2, 3. We were coffee dates at the student union, shared playlists and late night communion. I knew your midterm schedule by heart, but I didn't know where I ended and you'd start. You called me a person, your favorite distraction, a beautiful boundary, this chemical reaction. But when the lights dim in this lecture hall space, I'm just a ghost with a familiar face. You say we're chillin', you say don't be deep, but these are the promises I wasn't told to keep. I'm paying the price for a lease I don't own, king of a kingdom that's never been home. Cause we had no label, but it's all pain. Standing in the campus rain, I can't call it a breakup if we weren't a thing. So why does it feel like a losing sting? No anniversary, no Facebook official, just a heart that's broken, purely superficial. You got the best of me, then you went MIA. No label, but it's killing me today. I see you at the party by the biology wing, acting like us never meant a damn thing. I can't even be jealous, I have no right to wonder who's walking you home tonight. We were a situationship masterclass, building a house out of shattered glass. You get to leave without a scratch or a scar, while I'm wondering who the hell we are. Tired of the technicalities, that we're just friends in realities. If it wasn't real, why does the oxygen leave? Why am I the only one left here to grieve? Cause we had no label, but it's all pain. Standing in the campus rain, I can't call it a breakup if we weren't a thing. So why does it feel like a losing sting? No anniversary, no publicity, just me drowning in this ambiguity. I thought the third time was the charm, the holy grace, the one to finally blur the lines of every ghost face. I built a garden on the ruins where the others fell. Thought I'd finally found the water in a dried up well. I gave you every secret, every piece I had left to give, a fragile little hope that finally wanted to live. But how do you bloom when the ground is cold? How do you fix a story that was cursed before it was told? I'm tired of being the soil where nothing stays green, the saddest ending that I've ever seen. It wasn't the wind or the frost or the truth, it was wilted at the root. The first was a lesson, the second was a scar, the third was the one I thought would take me far. But the leaves are turning brittle and the colors fade to gray. I'm watching every promise simply drift away. It's a hollow kind of rhythm, a familiar kind of ache, to find another heart that was only meant to break. They say three's a pattern, a bitter kind of proof that I'm the common factor, the cold and lonely truth. I'm digging up the memories just to see where it went wrong, but I've been singing goodbye for far too long. Yeah, how do you bloom when the ground is cold? How do you fix a story that was cursed before it was told? I'm tired of being the soil where nothing stays green, the saddest ending that I've ever seen. It wasn't the wind or the frost or the truth, it was wilted at the root. No more planting seeds in the sand, no more trying to find a spark, just a garden of dust and a heart turned to stone. I guess some things are meant to grow alone. Wilted at the root, yeah, we were wilted at the root. I'm staring at the tally, edged into the door. 3 names I whisper, 3 ghosts upon the floor. The first was a wildfire that burned out in the rain. The second was a slow wake, a quiet kind of pain. But you were the anchor, the one to break the spell. Instead, you're just the third time I've bid a long farewell. Is there a poison in the way I choose to love? Is the sky just darker for the ones I'm dreaming of? I keep blaming the seasons, I keep blaming the tide, but there's nowhere left for the truth to go and hide. 3 different faces, but the same cold song. I have to ask the silence, was it me all along? It's a heavy realization when the smoke begins to clear, that the only common heartbeat is the one that's beating here. 3 hearts I've held until they turn to stone. 3 times I've woken up and found I'm still alone. Is my devotion just a cage? Is my fire just a spark? Am I the one who keeps us wandering in the dark? Is there a poison in the way I choose to love? Is the sky just darker for the ones I'm dreaming of? I keep blaming the seasons, I keep blaming the tide, but there's nowhere left for the truth to go and hide. 3 different faces, but the same cold song. I have to ask the silence, was it me all along? The mirror doesn't blink, it just stares back cold and blue. I'm the only one left in the room. It's always been you, the architect of every goodbye song. Yeah, it was me. It was me all along. I thought the 3rd time would be solid ground, where my restless heart could finally be found after the first crash and the second burn. I thought I finally found the turn, but the floor is shifting beneath my feet, and the air between us has turned bitter and sweet. I'm holding my breath so I don't make a sound, watching my hopes scatter all over the ground. I'm scared to move, I'm scared to stay, watching the 3rd light flicker away. Now I'm walking on eggshells in the dark, trying to save a dying spark. One misstep and the glass will break. How much more can one poor heart take? I'm tiptoeing through a shattered dream, where nothing is ever as safe as it seems. Just a ghost in a house that's falling apart, walking on eggshells in the dark. I've learned to read the shadows on your face, trying to find a little bit of grace, but the silence is a minefield I can't cross, and every whisper feels like another loss. 3 loves down and I'm out of luck, just another soul that's permanently stuck. Cracks in the hallway, cracks in the soul, losing the only thing that made me whole. I'm bleeding from the pieces of us on the floor. I can't do this dance of danger anymore. Watch your step in the dark.